1971 Honda CB350 twin. You know, it's funny, about 10 years ago, get these things for like $200 or $300, and now they're literally 10 times that. I mean, I just sold this for, well, for whatever, but anyway, obviously more than what I paid for it, but a couple of $1,000 essentially. So anyway, ubiquitous Honda 350cc twin, 18-inch front and back wheels, 2 CV carburetors, you know, 35 horsepower, maybe 30 horsepower, something like that, and probably 80 or 90 miles an hour. Getting quite collectible and sought after, because these are quite popular to turn into cafe racers. So, you know, what do? Pull all the shit off, replace the seat and the handlebars and rear sets and all that sort of stuff, equals cafe racer. This is a particularly nice example. It's done about 12,000 miles. I got off a nice young lady in Boulder, which seems to be quite repeatable at the moment. 12,362 miles, one of which miles I did just about 10 minutes ago. I say a nice little bike. I've had a few of these, but usually they were like a few $100, a couple of $100, $300. But you know, like everything else, sought after because of the cafe racers, but also, you know, they're drying up. I mean, literally, they're not making any more of these. So this is a nice survivor. It's got a nice seat, nice fenders, nice original pipes, nice patina on the paint, and it runs very nice. If you want to buy one of these, and they're just a nice little scoot, you know. Yeah, anywhere from, like, you know, up to $3,500 for really fucking mint ones, and you know, down to a few $100s for a real pig. And this is kind of like middle of the road, like I say, unrestored, pretty much all original. Don't have a huge amount of problems with these. One thing that they do is carburetors and carburation. You know, they have these CV carbs with the rubber diaphragms in them, and to be honest, they could always be rotten. Now, about 8, 9, 10 years ago, when I had one of these, I bought like the last carb diaphragm rubbers you could get from Honda or something like that, and they weren't cheap, and saying they weren't particularly easy to get hold of either. But I'm sure now somebody's got to be making some spurious ones, some you know, aftermarket ones, just for the amount of these that are out there. Or you could always choose to replace the carbs with mechanical ones. There's a screw missing, or maybe it's broken off. No, it's just missing. Broken side cover, as you can see. But again, you know, just nice little bikes. They really are. They you know, they sold them at the SL350 was that a single cylinder? I can't remember now. But the CL350 has kind of got the high swept pipes and stuff like that, and they go for similar kind of money. This has a period rack on it. You know, again, for the cafe racers, nice little twin leading shoe front brake there. 12 volt electric start. And it's funny, I got this one, I cleaned the plugs, I drained the gas out of the carbs and didn't put any more gas in the tank, and it fired up and it ran quite nice. And I came to fire it up yesterday, it wouldn't run worth a fucking shit. So I just flopped a new set of spark plugs in it and back to normal. Interesting, who'd have thunk it? So yeah, like I say, original paint, nice patina on the paint. Let's fire this bad boy up, and if I just turn that and press this like this, how about that? So idle's right around 1,000 revs, you know, and that's where they should be. And when you rev them up, they should come back down pretty quickly. This one does okay. This one revs up and comes down okay. That's a sign of kind of decent carburation, because everything up here at 5,000 feet runs a little bit different than it does at sea level, so you just need to adjust things a little bit. I did play with the carbs a little bit, but I have a feeling that somebody has actually set this up quite nicely. Like I say, good seat on it, and you know, parts hard to find? Not really, but I don't know if you can get replica seats, or you can probably get replica seats. I don't know if you can get replica fenders yet. You know, so again, good seats go for good money on eBay. Same gas tanks, undented gas tanks can go for a couple of $100, even more if the paint is nice. Side covers, they made this plastic that just kind of deteriorates with sunlight. So, you know, as you can see, the one on the other side is a bit broken, and this one's broken too. But like I said, I bought this and I turned it around in a couple of days, and I really didn't have any trouble selling it. I just put it on Craigslist. Some guy called me up and said, I'll give you that for it, can you hang on to it a couple of days? And I said, sure buddy, and then deal will be done. Like I said, just a nice, ubiquitous, running around 2-cylinder motorcycle that will probably turn in the best part of 50 mpg. You know, they handle okay. Funnily enough, doesn't handle as well as, and we'll just go into the garage, which is looking a bit of a fucking mess at the moment, although I've cleared out. But another video to come on this thing here, V53 Motor Guzzi, which I bought for me actually to keep. Well, we'll see how that works out. A couple of months ago, and that is a surprisingly nice ride. That is a motorcycle in the true spirit of the word. You know, and this is in a similar vein as well. It's just a little bit more bouncy than the Guzzi, and it doesn't have the go because it's a few cc's down. But yeah, I mean, nice motorcycle. If you can pick one of these up in this kind of condition for less than a couple of grand, then you're doing okay. Because as long as you don't smash the fucker up or do something horrible to it, or make it into a really horrible cafe racer, of which I must say there are loads out there, then you know you'll be able to sell it for what you keep it nice for 2, 3, 4 years, and you're able to sell it for what you paid for it, because they are, I'd say cult status, but I would say they are a classic, and they're quite simple to work on. So yeah, if there's an Achilles heel, like I said, carburetors, and also this isn't mine, but what I read somewhere, or read it on the internet, so it must be true. Was issues with cylinder heads, and I don't know, I think the cam runs straight in the head on these, so no oil equals fucked up cam equals bye-bye cylinder head, probably. But I read that from somewhere else, and I didn't have any first-hand experience of this. Of the few that I've had of these, it's the issues have always seemed to have been the carb. So anyway, there you go. Like I say, nice little one, picked up at a reasonable price, sold at a reasonable price, but obviously Ian does okay out of it, and there we go. So, all right, see ya.